All those licks that he was playing back then. Hi everyone, I thought I would just come on and talk a little bit about what it was like growing up as a player in the 80s, in the early shred era. I started playing in the 70s, and Ace Frehley was the guy that I was listening to at the time, the Kiss Alive album and Kiss Alive 2 and all the studio albums of that era. I just was transfixed with Kiss. And then I heard Eddie Van Halen. That was just unbelievable. You know, I just sat in my bedroom for hours trying to play that stuff. If you like that, I do have a lesson on how to play that intro. So Eddie was my first guitar hero after Ace Frehley. I still have some of the bootlegs I had from when I was a kid. This one I got in high school, and it's on Zebra Records. And I think it was recorded at the Pasadena Civic, right when Van Halen was putting out their album, their first album. And then I got into Randy Rhoads, and Randy was great because I learned a lot of that triplet feel from him. But really, you know, the guy that really set me into motion in terms of getting my chops together was Yngwie. And I also have a video on Yngwie. The first time I heard Yngwie Malmsteen in Alcatraz, I did a little video on that on my channel here. But that just blew me away. And all those licks that he was playing back then. The arpeggios. And I spent hours in my bedroom just trying to pick patterns like Yngwie. So I got the first Alcatraz album, and then I got their live album, which is just a brilliant album. And I wore this one out as a kid also. A lot of great licks on that one. And then I got into the Rising Force album, which I got here. This is the Japan pressing I bought when it first came out. And then so I had to go out and get Steeler. So I bought the Steeler album. I was in high school. I think I was a senior in high school. And then anything Yngwie. So I bought the Rising Force single. I think this came out right before Marching Out. And during that period too, when I was in high school, I bought this bootleg of Yngwie. Or right around the time I might have got out. It's called, I think this is recorded in, I'm not sure, maybe Sweden, Japan, somewhere like that. So Yngwie was huge on me. I still love the old Yngwie stuff and the new. And then I heard Tony Macalpine next, and his album Edge of Insanity just knocked me out. He had a kind of a tone that was a little more like Randy Rhoads, and I guess he used that MXR Distortion Plus also. Tony was just great. I loved all that. Just his melodies and everything were just awesome. Just a brilliant album. He's got the cool Kramer in the back with the PV classic amp. Used an MXR Distortion Plus through it. But this was my favorite Tony album, and then the one after it was really good too, Maximum Security. But just a brilliant album. So I listened to tons of Tony, and then the next guy I got into is Vinnie Moore. I saw Vinnie at a clinic, and I had been using the elbow technique before that, but when I saw him, it just blew me away, and I felt like, you know, I had the confidence to really pursue the fast picking with more of an elbow technique, although at the time I didn't even really think about it so much until I went to the clinic, and one of my friends that went with me and said, hey, he picks with his elbow. So, but I got so much from Vinnie, like the pedal tones and the picking runs and he did this one off the Vicious Rumors album. I always thought that one was cool. I read about Vinnie in the Guitar Player Magazine Spotlight column also, and I picked up the Vicious Rumor album when I saw it, and I was blown away. The song Premonitions, Killer, Soldiers of the Night, all these songs are great, kind of early power metal. So when this came out, I was blown away, and this album's still one of my favorite instrumental albums of all time. In Control, Daydream, Saved by a Miracle, all these songs are just brilliant. He does some great acoustic playing too. He's one of the guys that really shredded on the acoustic, almost like Demiolo did, which is obviously an inspiration for me. I actually heard Vinnie on Mind's Eye before it came out because Guitar Player used to have these little flexi discs in there. It was a little record that came in the magazine, and they had Daydream. And I just listened to it over and over. Being an Yngwie fan, when I heard Daydream, I was just like, oh, there's two of them. The next guy I got into was David T. Chastain. He came out with an album called World Gone Mad, and he was from Ohio. And I remember reading about him in Guitar Player magazine. I think it was the 82 issue, the special they did on Randy Rhoads, and he was in the Spotlight column. And then when he released the album, I saw it at a local record store, and I remember the name, so I bought it. And I thought he was just a phenomenal player too. And his leads were kind of, you know, snaky and sinister sounding, and it was really cool. And that was really cool. With David T. Chastain, the first album I really got into by him was World Gone Mad. It was cool because he was from Ohio like I was, and he played a Kramer, and I had a Kramer Pacer back then, and he played a Kramer Pacer. Great playing. The opening, Hell on Earth, with the drum beat into this killer guitar run, still amazing. I got all of his other stuff too. Like Ruler of the Wasteland was the next one I got. And then I think I went and got Mystery of Illusion on cassette. Seventh and Never, a great album. This is probably his best lead guitar playing other than instrumental variations. But those were the big ones for me. And then, you know, Alan Holdsworth was in there, Mike Stern, so many different players I got into, Pat Martino, you know, I said Al Di Meola, John McLaughlin, Paco. Just so much stuff that was amazing. But it was a great era to come up in. And I recommend anyone out there that really wants to get their chops down and listen to some really cool music that's phrased well and everything, to listen to some of that early shred stuff from the early to mid 80s. Great stuff. So if you like this, please like and subscribe, and I will do more of it. And thanks a lot for watching. And if you have any comments on your favorite album from that era or any new players I can check out, please leave at the bottom. Thank you.